so we got a good question from our buddy Chris in New Zealand. What's going on with Chris is after competitions, right? The week following the competition, he is exhausted both mentally and physically. When he gets back from the competitions, he says it's like hard for him to even roll because he's like, I don't even really want to be there. And he says that the exhaustion is worse when he wins than when he loses. And he's wondering kind of why I think that is, and then if I have any tips on how to sort of get that energy back up for training. So Chris, thanks for the question, brother. And let me start by saying that the exhaustion from a win, I'm the same way. Whenever I compete, if I win, I'm so much more tired that next week than I am if I lost. And I think this might be one because you probably had more matches if you won, right? I mean, if you go out and lose in like 10 seconds, then you're nothing to really be exhausted about. But when you win, you typically have more matches. But even in situations where like I just, flew through the competition and maybe spent like a really short amount of time on the mat, I'm mentally exhausted after a win. And for me, the reason being is that going into a tournament, for me, like I tell my students all the time, it changes. Like when I'm like right now, there's no competitions going on, so I'm having fun. I'm like trying new stuff and like I'm getting caught in weird submissions sometimes because I'm messing around and I don't care. It's so much fun because I'm just like there experimenting with stuff and trying to develop some new weapons. But when it's tournament time, it's like zoom. I am zeroed in. I'm out there like I'm drilling more and I'm taking my moves and I'm drilling them to the point where like they're just monotonous, where it's just I'm just doing the moves. And then when I'm rolling, I don't give up an inch when I'm rolling because I'm like, I have to train my body, like not give up anything. Because again, your body will do what it does in competitions with what you do in here. And that's how I do when I get ready for competition. So when I finally get to, and I'm also kind of a naturally anxious person, when I finally get to the competition and I win, it's not like the win's like, yes, I finally won something, like as if someone gave you something. It's more of like, whew, that's finally over. Okay, I won. I came out of it. Okay, cool. I won. Excellent. Like it's more of like a relief because it's over. It's finally over, and you won, and you came out because you had all this energy and all this emotion poured into this thing. It's a different type of win. It's so hard to explain. It's addictive, but it's a different type of thing than if you like were at like a some sort of game or something and you won something. That's more of excitement. You got something new. It's more of like a different relief. Anyway. Whereas with a loss is something where you lose, and for me, when I lose, I'm so like, I'm irritated. When I get done, all I'm doing is like when I'm like on the drive or the flight home, I'm just racking my brain. Okay, like what did I do wrong? What am I gonna fix? How am I gonna do this? And as soon as Monday hits, I'm back in the gym training because all I can think about is, and I've talked about this in other videos, all I can think about is seeing myself, right? Like the rep is here in the middle, the dude's over here getting his hand raised, and I'm over here with my head down, just gritting my teeth. I can that image just goes in my head over and over and over again. So I can't stop training because I have to get back in the gym to correct that issue. Now, a couple things that you can do. This is something that I do, not even just for competitions. If you ever, because it's really easy to overtrain in jiu-jitsu just because of the fact that one, we don't have seasons. Two, there's just a lot of training opportunities. So it's very easy, and a lot of jiu-jitsu athletes will overtrain. So if you ever get to that point where you're getting really lethargic, I actually hit this point recently when I was training, and it was just because I was having fun. I got done with the no-gi pans. I started lifting more, ready to lift weights a lot, and I was training a bunch. And there was 2 weeks straight where I don't think I had an off day, and it wasn't planned. I was just having fun and drilling a lot and lifting and doing all kinds of rolling. And I remember at the end of that 2 weeks, I remember one day where I was like, I hit a wall, and I was like, whoa. And so this is the same thing that I would do whether you're just hitting that wall from training or after a competition where you're just feeling a little lethargic. Start by taking a week off. Just take a week off. And I know this sounds really hard because we're all like, oh no, I can't take a week off because I'm going to lose everything. I guarantee you're not going to lose anything. Unless you have another competition like lined up right afterwards, you can deal with a week off. Again, you're not doing jiu-jitsu for a limited time, right? This thing is kind of a lifetime thing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So why are you in a rush? The mats aren't going anywhere. You have plenty of time. Now, during that week, I don't want you to take it completely off. What I would advise to you is to do kind of like a deload week or an active recovery week where you do maybe some yoga, do some like light weightlifting or some different things like that, corrective exercises even. Do some foam rolling if you get a chance to, or get a good deep tissue massage. And even like, you know, something that helps me out is I'll go for walks, and just kind of like walking for me, just going for a nice couple hour, like for an hour walk or something like that is very relaxing. Helps kind of out the body, maybe a hike or something like that. You live in New Zealand, I'm sure you've got some beautiful stuff to walk around and see, right? But do something like that, stay active. And what'll happen is over that week goes by the end of that week, you're gonna be hungry again. And again, you know, for any of us that have been injured before, there's nothing like being away from the gym. When you finally come back, man, it feels good. And you're so much more hungry to be there. You want to be there. You're excited to be there. So Chris, my advice to you would be, brother, would be to take a week off, do an active recovery week, do some things to stretch out those muscles, stay active so you're not just sitting around doing nothing, keep your diet clean. Okay, and the whole time you're doing that, understand that this is not time away from training. This is kind of another component of training, right? You're letting your body rest after that high volume of activity. You're letting your body rest, doing some stretching, doing some walking, doing something to relax your body and your mind. This way you can recharge that battery, and then as soon as that week's up, the next week, boom, you can do this. And on a quick side note, guys, I know that for me, when I came back from my recent little deload week, I came back, and I know because a lot of you guys worry that you're going to miss your timing or something like that when you come back. I came back better than I was before I left, because my body was recharged. All the stuff that I was drilling, some new techniques and things like that I was drilling, they like my body assimilated them. When I came back that next week, I was hitting those techniques left and right. And again, it was like I never even missed anything at all. So again, you're not going to lose everything in a week. And if you stay active, keep your diet clean, you're going to come back, you're going to feel great, you're going to be hungry again to train. And again, that would be my advice. So Chris, I hope this helps you, brother. I'll talk to you guys next time.